What's up, ugly ass niggas? This your boy J Miles, and now I'm back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. On today's video, we'll be covering Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here is the Episode 3 recap. Now, as always, like I always say, if you've been rocking with me for a little minute, then you already know what it is with this recap. But if you are new to the channel, this is not like your normal recap. This is within the lens of the ugly ass niggas, how I saw it, ugly ass niggas. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, we start the thing off with the ugly ass Chinese folks. What they name? Sonny and Richard. They got caught slipping at the trash can, emptying the trash when a hideous species pulled up on them. And the hideous species was none other than your boy Unique. He pulled up on them and let them know, y'all ugly ass nigga don't forget about me real quick. Ugly ass nigga, they thought you were dead, ugly ass nigga. What they supposed to did? Like, let's be real, bro. You was being very unreasonable, ugly ass nigga. Like, what they supposed to did if everybody thought you were dead? Just say, oh man, well, we ain't got no more work now. Unique ain't here. No, ugly ass nigga, they gotta keep moving with their lives, ugly ass nigga. But of course, he's so ugly, he'll get no butt. And then he asked them the question. And he constantly, I didn't notice something. This nigga got an obsession with Rock Dick, I see. He always asking them how Rock Dick tastes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he asked him, how Rock Dick, what'd he say? Is it sour or sweet? Duck sauce or soy sauce? And of course, the ugly ass nigga was trying to, Richard was trying to beg for their lives, but he ain't get no fuck. He put their ass down. And I ain't gonna lie, this shit right here was kind of sad. Like, come on, bro. That man killed them folks, and damn near made them give themselves their last kiss. Like, they died in each other's arms. It was kind of sad. But oh well, life goes on, ugly ass niggas. Next, we go ahead and get to your boy Kanan and Grandma Joyce. Of course, she's getting weaker, and Kanan hands her our pills, and he was like, them pills gonna help you, fight the cancer and shit. And then Joyce was like, you didn't understand what the doctor was saying. My head through. And he was like, what you mean you through? The doctor was saying that there's still some kind of chance. It's like, nah, we glad, nigga. It done spread it everywhere. I'm dying. So basically, after that, Kanan was like, man, I think if it's that bad, you might want to tell your little glad kids. And he was finally able to get through to her, basically. Next, we got this ugly ass sergeant or whatever he is, coming for Juke, looking like major ship hazard from Small Soldiers. And he let her know, pulled up on Juke, was like, you letting your country down, ugly ass nigga. Then of course he had a fake ass Major Payne right next to him. And Juke was like, look, ugly ass nigga, I'm gay. So look, I know y'all don't approve of that, so it is what it is. And long story short, they decided to go ahead and, give her some grace and let her, go ahead and leave without any major consequences. Next, we get to your boy, B-Rilla and Lou. So basically, B-Rilla was, crashing at Lou's spot. And Lou like, hey, lad, nigga, your little leg need to get up. I thought you were supposed to be crashing at your cousin's spot. And B-Rilla like, man, it ain't gonna even happen. Big lad nigga got 2 kids, got some little hoochie and 2 kids. And he like, well, look, I don't know what they ain't got nothing to do with me. Lou was like, they ain't got nothing to do with me, glad nigga. Let's go and holler at whatever that nigga name is. I forgot his name. Something Laurel or whatever I think that was his last name. Y'all know who I'm talking about, the record producer nigga. To try to get you a better deal so we can get your little lad up out of my spot. So that's what they did. Next, we get to the Ugly police. They basically investigating the crime scene of what Unique just got through, taking out the agents. And of course, your boy Marvin was there peeping out the scenery and was like, hey, Ugly, so because one of the officers came up to him like, you need something, Ugly nigga? He was like, oh no, I was just coming to get my 37. Then I seen, what happened here, Ugly nigga. So basically, they ain't really get, capture what he's saying, but he went later, next, and he pulled up on Rock, and he's like, look, they got hit, and Rock was basically like, look, this is worse because, that's the old agent dude now. What's that name? Erwin or whatever. That's his family, so he ain't gonna be happy about this, and also, that's Richard was Quan's wife cousin, so that basically the people they in business with is their family. And Marvin was like, it might be that little glad nigga who was trying to steal the product up out of the shop, and Rock was letting them know, you got to be sure, glad nigga, because too much behind this. And then lastly, before he left out, she was like, and Andre told me that the feds said they saw your little glad coming out of a meeting with Stefano. What's that about it, that nigga? And of course, he decided to lie and say that, they got the wrong person or they just lying. But I'm pretty sure Rock knew he was lying. She just let it go. Next, of course, your boy Neek was coming out of Kanan's apartment. And that's a question here, y'all. What was Neek doing the first time when he was coming out of the apartment? I'm guessing he just went through, went to the apartment and then nobody was there, so he just decided to leave out. And then, of course, he bumped into Crystal, and she was like, damn, look, nigga, you at least say, excuse me. And then she seen how ugly man was when he turned around. She was like, she hurry up and got in that bitch. She was like, fine, that body, hey, hold on. My bad, nigga, forget what I said. You know what I'm saying? She right here, she's scared as hell. She's like, hold up. My bad, nigga. Let me go get up in there. She lucky he decided to go after her. But anyways, next we go ahead and get to Rock. And what I think his name Erwin or something, but y'all know if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But anyway, y'all know who this is, the Chef Boy ID looking at nigga. Basically he was like, no, I didn't want to do business like this. It's too much violence. And Rock was like, look, man, you ain't even sure if this it was something dealing with my business. He was like, yeah. So that's when Rock had to just go ahead and flex on his little lad. Say one of the coldest lines, you know what I'm saying? Like I be saying, but Rock be having the coldest lines, bro. But basically she said something in the nature of, look, good lad nigga, are you married? 41 years, said the lad nigga. And she was like, well, we in a marriage too. So after we jumped that broom, nigga, it's to death do us part. It was something like that. All I know, that shit was cold. She let that nigga know, you ain't going nowhere. Next, we go ahead and get to your boy Kanan and Crystal. And Crystal basically letting Kanan know, look, I don't feel comfortable in this apartment, ugly ass nigga. There was some ugly ass nigga that came out into the apartment earlier today. He was looking sketchy and he was ugly as hell. Kind of like, ugly ass niggas is in every building. What else to do? But anyway, she basically started bribing and was like, come on, ugly ass nigga, I think we can get another apartment. And one that's better than this, safer. Can you do it for me? And basically, she she buttered them up, made them consider at least looking at other apartments. Next, we get back to your boy B Rilla, and he's now at the record label dude name. What is Laurel? I know his last name is Laurel or some shit. Anyways, this was a funny scene to me. So he was on that mind. B Rilla was on that mind ass the entire time. And dude was steady trying to explain himself. Nobody was like, I don't care, man. I don't care. And then he was trying to compare himself to Barry Gordy. He was like, nigga, that's Barry Gordy. You, this ugly ass nigga. You ain't your fatty. But anyway, long story short, Lou was able to negotiate some terms and get B-Rilla a deal. But something that I wanted to point out. You see this look in that nigga eye? I said this in my live, and I'm going to double down on it. This was very foreshadowing. Like, look at this. Look at the look he got in his eye once he said F you to him. That nigga he looks like one of those vindictive people that's not going to let stuff go. He remembers that he said that F the check he gave him, he's still going to come after him. And then let's also not forget that he told him that he leaves money laying around his house. Huge mistake, that ass nigga. He gonna see. And then, of course, right before he left him, he asked him, did anything I say, move you in any kind of way, ass nigga? He might gonna think for a second and act like it mattered and be like, nah, ass nigga. I just thought this thing was funny. My bad, y'all. Anyway, next we get to your girl, Rock. And, of course, she gets a letter from Kanan's school stating that ugly ass nigga ain't been to school since last year. So, she ain't happy about that. Next, we get to girl Juke. Now she considering college since she's no longer in the Army. She was looking at a bunch of catalogs and stuff, and some old ass lady was at the front there like, look, that catalog ain't gonna change just because you keep reading it, lad, nigga. What you trying to do? And next, she runs into one of her old homies. The one she used to steal jackets and clothing and stuff for to sell and make a profit from. And he is currently enrolled in the same school. So he sees her, greets her, and then let her know to meet him up at a bar or something like that where she could be linked up back with the old crew. Next, we get to your boy Marvin. And now he is at the ugly Asian dude that look like the Crybaby man from, when you eat Crybabies, remember the little ugly nigga that was on the Crybaby rappers? Yeah, look like his ass. And he pulled up on him like, how are you gonna do them like that? Huh, ugly ass nigga? He was like, what, ugly ass nigga? What? He was like, Richard and Sonny. Them were your own people. Like, Richard and Sonny, my aunt and my uncle? My uncle and my auntie, they're dead? And then he was like, then he asked about their daughter. I forgot her name. But anyways, Marvin realized that, he had nothing to do with it. And now that their daughter is now an orphan, and of course that reminded him of another little girl who he helped make an orphan. Because I'm starting to think Marvin was the one behind the death of what's that nigga name? What was Amafud's real name? Gerald. Pretty sure that he was the one behind that. But anyways, next we get to your girl Crystal. She was looking good right here. I tell you that. Anyway, though, Rock came over to the spot. Was like, oh, so you Crystal? And she was like, hey, tell Kanan that I came looking for him. He was like, you telling me or you asking me today, nigga? And then he was like, then Rock basically was like, you know what? I'm sure I'm gonna be seeing you a lot again later. And she was like, the spots. She could tell that she'd been living there because the spot's cleaner than it's ever been. But anyway, she ended it with letting her know, just tell that nigga I stopped to do. Next, we get to your girl Juke, and of course she is talking with Kanan. They basically just catching up, how Juke left the army, why, and all of that. And then, of course, they was exploring her future. And then another thing they so happened to come up, which of course they didn't just bring this up for no reason. They mentioned Famous. So basically, Kanan was letting her know, because she asked, that he spoke with Famous' mom, but he still wasn't able to get a direct location or answer of where his whereabouts were. So basically, Juke suggested that he's probably somewhere in California living his best life or something in that nature. And Kanan just, shared a laugh and agreed with it. But if you ask me, I think that nigga somewhere in the ditch. And they're going to find out real soon. But next, get to your boy Early Tyler. And your boy Unique then pulled up. Hold on, is this what? I think this is what Neek pulled up all the way to grab the money. He was like, no, this is what Marvin pulled up. My bad. So Marvin pulled up on him and was like, hey, glad, nigga, you hear anything about somebody hitting the Chinese spot? He was like, nah, I'm just not hearing about this now. And, they shared a couple more conversations. I can't remember exactly everything, but of course I do remember him letting him know, if you hear anything, reach out. But next, Juke go ahead and, meets up with our old homies. And of course, they kind of bribing her to, get back in the game. They got they said what they supply and demand. They got the supply and the demand or something they said. Anyways, they were trying to, get her to get back into the stealing industry. And I think Juke is under a lot of pressure because currently, she doesn't have a hustle. So she does need something. And I think this is foreshadowing, because if you looked at the next episode synopsis, it does say that friendship with one of Juke's friendship is going to lead her into a dangerous encounter. And I believe it's very much possible that her doing something with this crew here will lead to that encounter. Anyways, next we get to your boy Lou and B-Rilla. And B-Rilla, they're sharing some food. B-Rilla's appreciative that he helped him get that, new deal. So now he got some money in his pocket. And they shared some food, and then of course the radio was on. And the radio so happened to play the song by Famous and Lou, 411. And it seemed like, B-Rilla, although initially he said the track was whack, he was kind of vibing to it. And then Lou just all of a sudden turned it off with a guilt look on his face. And then that's when B-Rilla just straight up asked him, look, is he gone? And I'm pretty sure when he said he was asking, is he gone, he was referring to, is Famous dead? And, of course, Lou would just told him he's taking a break off. And that, to me, that gives us a big clue on the truth. But I'm going to dive much deeper on this particular topic in another video. So I'm not going to talk too much on that. Anyways, next we get to your boy Early Tyler again. And now this is when Unique was pulling up on him. And of course he gave him a stack of money. And of course, Early's his first thought was, where your glad I get this from? And basically Nick was like, yo, look glad been sweating me about this buddy for the longest, and now you over there questioning me on where it come from. He like, Early was like, you know anything about Rock's spot getting hit up like that? And pretty much, he already knew that that's where he got it from. And that's when Early was like, look, glad nigga, you playing with fire. And that's when he let him know, I am fire, glad nigga. Next, we go ahead and get to your boy Marvin, and he meets up with his goddaughter. What is her name? Alice? No. Alice is the one that died. This is Amber. Look at me remembering names. Anyways, Amber. And then, he shares a moment with her, gives her some money and his number, let her know if she need anything, she can just holler at him. And of course, some little hoochie walked up that was with her. I don't know if that was her teacher or whoever she was. Asked who are you, ugly ass nigga? And she was like, and Marvin was like, oh, I'm her godfather. I just haven't seen her in a while. So I just think, with them giving him all these moments, seeing all these people that he ain't seen in a while, it could be telling us something. But hey, what do I know? Next, we get to your boy Shane Song. And he ready to take another soul because he ain't happy with hearing that his family has been under attack. He like, hold on, look bad nigga. What happened to Sonny and Richard? And she was like, look, we dealing with it, look bad nigga. We try to find out who hit us, but it's gonna take some time. He like, it's always time with you, look bad nigga. When I want a soul, I want it now. And you look weak. And that makes me look weak. And basically Rock was like, come, look, that nigga, look. I know what I'm doing, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what she said. But anyways, it ended with him letting her know she is replaceable. Next, we get back to Brock and Marvin, and she basically let him know that this nigga Quan has been doing some bullshit. So she's like, this ain't glad nigga that raised our prices. Now he over there trying to tell us what to do, like we don't know what we doing and shit like that. This ain't glad nigga opened up a can of worms that's not gonna be good for us. So that is when they decided to go ahead and pay your boy Joaquin a visit. So anyways, next we go ahead and get to Kanan and Crystal. They was going to see an apartment like they talked about earlier, and this ugly ass nigga, I guess over the phone, maybe Crystal sounded like, possibly maybe she sounded like she was on the whiter side, or he didn't think that it was too much of a hood nigga mentality over the phone. So he was open to seeing them for the apartment, and then once he seen them, he was like, gonna try to hurry up and switch up, talking about some this apartment has been spoken for. We got the deposit already, and we're sorry. He pulled some bullshit. Typical racist white people shit. When they trying to be racist, they'll say some shit in the nature to make it look like they not being racist, but they are. But if you're black, you understand exactly what was going on here. And Kanan peeped gang, it was like, look like your little lad just switched up because you seen that we was some black people. We could afford better than this anyway, man. Nigga, this ain't shit. And then they walked out. Next, we get to your boy Joaquin, and basically he was letting Rock know that, look, I don't supply heroin to anybody in Queens. But of course, Rock was like, I'm not here for that, nigga. I just know you know a lot of players, so I was just curious if you know anybody who might be open to selling in Queens. And of course, he was like, Queens is very dangerous to be doing that type of business with. Too many people to pay, too many things to consider. And I think it was Marvin that was saying, well, maybe you can find us somebody who is willing to take that risk and just willing to just take the money. So he pointed Rock and Marvin into the direction of your boy Trey Mike, who's currently residing in Jersey. So we already know what is going to happen when it comes to that situation. But then, of course, that is next episode. Next, we get to your boy Neat, and he is creeping. He outside watching his girl, Vanessa. And of course, Vanessa been looking that sad all season so far. Like she just done lost her puppy and don't know where he's at or if he'll ever be found. So he decides to not pull up on her, but instead give her a stack of money left in her mailbox. I'm curious of what he finally do, let her know he's alive. And if he does, what will be the reaction? Y'all let me know that in the comments. Next, we get to your boy, Unique again. The boy is turning up. He catch little miniature gingerbread man slipping, and he like, put your hands up, little glass nigga. And of course, if anybody got sense, we know what happened, especially if you know the descriptions of the episodes later. He absolutely kidnaps him. Now, whether he kills him or not, is still to be seen. But we know for sure he's gonna at least take his little body and put his ass in his pocket. Next, we get to the dinner. So now your girl Grandma Joyce has assembled the entire family for a family dinner because she had an announcement to make. And we all know that announcement was to tell her children that she has cancer and she is slowly dying. Now, something else I want to just point out. This ain't got nothing to do with this, but we gotta give Book 2 Ghosts a little bit of props on this. Them damn Tahalas knew how to have a dinner scene. Whenever that damn dinner scene showed up, when you see them damn Tahalas all together at that damn dinner table, you know you about to get a good scene. Cause they didn't play when it came to that damn dinner scene. I just wanted to point that out. But anyways, so she ended up telling them, and of course, they all had different reactions, you know. I think Lou and Marvin was more so on a surprised state, you know. They was like, wow. And honestly, I didn't really peep what was Juke's reaction to it. But of course, Rock was very upset. And I know I read and seen a lot of people say, you know, how Rock is heartless and all these things. But I'm starting to think that it's possible that Rock took it the hardest. Because if you pay attention, look at her response when she first found out that Lou had a major drinking problem. She wasn't very remorseful. She was angry. But later on, you know, she revealed to him that she was hurt because, you know, she saw that Lou was suffering and she didn't know how to help him. And she's not a very emotional person, so she just responded with anger, kind of like what the therapist told her. You know, that's her reaction to hurt. So don't be surprised if you see your girl Rock totally break down after the passing of their mother. It could be where we got that image of her crying from. It might be her mother, Joyce. But anyways, though, after she heard it, she said F this, and of course she stormed out of the kitchen because I think it's possible she didn't want anyone at the table, because you know Rock always trying to be so strong in front of everybody, but it's possible she may go somewhere and possibly shed a tear, or at least, you know, show that she is at least human. She's vulnerable. So maybe it's because she never got to make it up to her mother because of how bad their relationship has been. And now she's feeling like she's never getting to make up for those lost times. That's just my opinion, but y'all definitely can let me know what y'all think the reasoning that Rock responded like this for. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. Definitely hope y'all enjoyed it. If I missed any key part that y'all think should have been in there and thinks it should be addressed, let me know in the comments. But yeah, overall this was a solid episode. To me, it wasn't a great one, but it was solid. You know, it's building for, if you ask me, a very great and phenomenal finish when it comes to the shows. I know a lot of people love the action packed drama right off the top, but to me, those are for the weaker writers. The better writers knows how to keep the viewers entertained just enough and keeps gradually giving you more for a grand finale. And that's what I believe they're doing here for Raising Kanan Season 4. But anyways, though, y'all can definitely let me know what y'all think up in the comments. But like you do, for now, if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking, and most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.